the interests of a pickpocket who stole your I think it was Byron, wasn't it? He stole some a potion off Byron and ran off, and you had a bit of a chase, and they eventually caught him up and interrogated the lad. He luckily sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
He luckily got away without having his hands chopped off, but he did give you some information, and that was that he said that if you're looking for the Deadeye gang, you might want to try the abandoned tannery down at the docks, because you've seen some mysterious people in there. Also, as a sort of an aside as well, you've got a meal to go to this evening, a feast, which is to celebrate the 23rd birthday of Lady Kristin, who's the daughter of the governor of Linmere, and you dropped off a boar that handily attacked you earlier. You dropped off a boar to them and as a gift to her.
Excellent. So we want to head towards the docks. That's where we're told the tavern that was boarded up is, that they're hiding out. Right?
I think it was a tannery.
A tannery?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was a tannery.
Okay.
Quick, let's get a bucket. We'll have Byron pee in it so we can act like we're delivering some piss to the tannery. Oh,
but it's a closed down tannery.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't work anyways.
Alright, so let's head on down there towards it's at the docks though, right?
Yeah, it's down near the docks. There's an area that you'll know from being around the Lemire area that you get sort of tanneries and other sort of small businesses that get sort of pushed there, particularly the smelly ones, to sort of keep them out of the way of everywhere else. So there's a few tanneries.
If we pass by a embroidery shop on our way there, I want to put in a contract to have a banner made for us for our order.
Yeah, you can do that. You've got to pass through the market square from where you are to get down to the docks, so you'll have a look for it and embroider, and sorry, I'm just looking for an embroider for you. Okay, you find a shop which is actually called Taya's Clothings, but you'll know she's a seamstress in the area.
Excellent. I'll go in there.
Okay, it's a small cluttered shop. It's got lots of sort of rolls of cloth and things around. There's a few mannequins with various dresses and the like that Taya's been working on. She's a middle-aged woman with sort of like a bobbed black hair. She looks up and gives you a warm smile. Good afternoon. How could I help you?
Well, hello, Taya. We would like to purchase or what is it called in this time, like a conscription or something? Of a banner of our order.
I see. That can certainly be arranged. Let's see. How large would you like the banner, and what would you like upon it?
I would like the symbols of the tribunal on it, and we're going to mount it onto a spear, so about a 12-foot long post. So
fantastic.
whatever you think would be the appropriate size to be attached to that.
Excellent. I can do that for you. What sort of colouring, or what is the symbol that you'd like on it? Did we ever work out the symbol?
I don't know. That's why I'm stuck. I don't really even know what colors it should be.
Oh well, we can do that now because I haven't put that in. So, what colours would you like?
I like black and gold, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, that would probably be pretty sharp.
A black and gold banner, and then for the symbol, you probably want some sort of Trinity style symbol. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mind you, you've got like moons and stars and things, haven't you? You could have.
Yeah, my order was the sun. Byron's was the moon. What was yours, Kelsiki?
The star.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking, like, if you had a single individual with like an angel going out in 3 different directions.
Okay, so do you want like an angel with the sun, moon, and stars around it?
Yeah, that and the sun.
We could do. You mentioned 3 angels, Jason. Yeah. We could do an angel in the back, kind of wings out wide, hands up high, holding the rounded end of the rounded side of a quarter moon. One angel kind of coming out in front of that one, arms outstretched to the left, holding like a nova star or sun star, and an angel arms outstretched to the right, holding the sun.
That sounds pretty good.
Okay, and all that in gold and black.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, that it does.
She smiles and said that'll be excellent. I should be able to. I'm fairly busy at the moment. If you could give me a week, I'll be able to get that made up for you.
Excellent. And I'll ask her approximately how much this would cost us.
That's a good question. Let me just have a look, see if I can find a reasonable price for you. Would 25 gold pieces suit your budget?
Yeah. All right. That would be perfect. So I tell her I'll give her 2 extra gold. How do you erase the gold on her? Just click on there and put backspace.
Yeah, just right over the top, I think.
Okay. Just to give her a little tip, and I'll give her the money in advance. I'll just tell her to take her time. It's for our holy order, so we want it done with as much quality as possible.
Oh, thank you for your customer. I'll make sure to make an excellent job of it.
With that, I'll turn around and you guys ready to leave, or you guys need something else in here?
No, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Make your way down to the docks, following your nose, so to speak, because it gets a little bit more smelly down by the tannery area. It doesn't take you long. There are only a handful of tanneries inland here, and one of them, sitting slap bang in the middle of other tannery buildings, is a derelict and worn down tannery. So the tannery is part wood and part, I should say, stone building near to the docks. The stench of neighbouring tanneries fills the air, but this building stands quiet. Its battered sign hangs at an angle and faint lettering reads Warfield Tanneries. The windowless building's only entrance is a small filth-encrusted door at the front.
So there's only one entrance.
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, after you, Zonshaw.
Shall we knock?
Entrance is there.
I suppose so. I'll go and knock on the door.
Okay, as you go up to the door, you'll see the door's caked in just sort of dust and general dirt. There are some fingerprints where they've made kind of clean bits around the edge, and you'll see that the side around the lock appears to have been broken. The wood there is sort of shattered. It is pulled too.
All right. I'll look to my allies and I'll test the door, see if I can push it open.
And I'll go ahead and knock an arrow to my bow.
Okay, you stand behind, knock an arrow into your bow, so you're ready. And you place your hand on the door and push it. It does give way, though it isn't hanging on the hinges very well, so it kind of scrapes across the floor as you open it.
When I hear it begin to scrape, I'll try to give it a slight lift and try to push it open so as not to make too much noise.
Okay, yeah. As soon as you feel a bit of resistance there, you're strong enough. You sort of like lift it up a bit and lift it up on the hinges, and it doesn't squeak so much.
All right.
I'll go ahead and walk in.
I'll draw my longsword. Enter behind him.
Inside, it's warm and stuffy, and the smell of stale sweat assaults your nostrils as you enter. The interior is dimly lit by a flickering lantern that hangs from the ceiling. The room is cluttered with debris and wooden racks that would once have been used to hang tanned leather. There's a sound from inside, and you'll see movement as two shapes sort of stand to their feet. Two men, both scruffy looking and ill shaven. They're both carrying swords and crossbows, and they look up startled for a moment as you enter.
All right. What was the name of the order key? Or Kelsiki?
The one that we're after?
Yeah.
The Deadeye King. The Deadeye King.
That's right. So I'll clear my throat a little and tell him that we're here on behalf of the Triune, seeking the Deadeye.
Okay, one of them will spit onto the floor and he says, "You'll never take us alive." And he goes to grab his crossbow and levels it towards you. Roll initiative, please. Didn't appear interested in Paul, he didn't.
Apparently not.
There's a door on the back wall there. There are two people in here, and yeah, those long things are just like racks. They don't block line of sight for missiles, but they do. You can't walk through them basically. I'm knocking them down.
Oh, okay.
And Kelsiki, you are first up.
Alright, so I'm going to assume Bandit 6 is the one with the crossbow.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so I am going to immediately let loose with an arrow. Ooh, that ain't gonna work. And with that, actually I'm gonna stay where I'm at. It looks good. Get him,
All
boys.
right. Gonna head towards the one right in front of me. And I am going to use my hammer.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna miss.
Oh, lucky. Okay, so the bandit next to you, Byron, he draws out his sword and tries to plunge it into your chest. And misses completely. You quite easily knock his blade to one side. The other here, he steps forward. He steps just to the side there to try and give himself slight bit of cover, not very much from the rack, and shoots his crossbow bolt down towards Zornshaw.
All right.
And he fumbles as well.
Interesting.
Do you know, I might start. I'm not going to do it today, but I might start using the tables. Did you say you had some crit and fumble tables made up, Keith?
Actually, I use the community one. If you go to the Fantasy Grounds 5e forums, under the, I think it's community modules, they have some 5e fumble charts, and that's what I use.
Alright, cool. They're working out okay.
Yeah, I think everyone seems to be enjoying them so far.
Cool. I do like them because they add a bit more flavour to fighting. So if everyone's in agreement, I'll add them in.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
They just give a bit more character to the fights usually. Okay, Zornshaw.
All right. I'm going to draw my shield and hold my holy symbol high, and I'm going to call out Zelanfriel Lind Aid to the Triune and cast Bless upon my allies. So, it requires concentration. The duration is up to 1 minute. So Byron and Kelsiki will, whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw, before my spell ends, Byron and Kelsiki can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Bless is a really good spell. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I think I might have that set up somewhere.
That'll be it for me for now. Oh, I'm sorry. If it's not too late, I'd like to take a step up beside Byron, so I could use my protection if need be.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. Still on your go, no worries.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Jeff.
All right. I'm going to shuffle over just a little bit here and fire another arrow at bandit number 6. As I almost trip over some debris on the floor there, causing me to miss.
All right. I'll swing my hammer once again aim for his chest.
But Kelsiki, you had that d4.
What's that?
You had that extra d4 from Bless.
Oh, I forgot.
Did I
you
do
have
that
to
right?
use it? Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. If you want to roll a d4 there, Kelsey, you can have that on if you want.
Alright. So that would have made it a 14.
Ooh. That would have made all the difference. The blessing there of your angels caused you to hit. So yeah, go for it. Roll me damage here, Kelsey.
Awesome.
Oh, well done.
Nice, solid hit. Hey, Truman.
Yes.
Just to help you with that bless. Underneath the bless, you should have an effect.
It doesn't. I was trying to figure out how I could add that earlier, but I don't recall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have got an effect for it actually.
Okay. Yeah, all my spells are rather blank right now.
That's right.
I can't figure out how to roll the d4.
Just manually roll a d4 in the bottom of your screen. Just drag that d4, drop it onto the chat window. There you go.
13 then. Is that it? Or is that a miss?
Sorry. What did you roll again? I'm sorry, my friend.
13?
13's a hit. I was playing around with the bless effect.
All right. So 11 damage.
Okay, 11 damage to Bandit 3 is straight on enough to, it's that Warhammer again. Comes out, just cracks his skull, and he goes down in front of you.
Awesome. See what your bless did?
Nice.
Okay, the door on the far side swings open. And another bandit runs out, clutching his crossbow. He moves up to there and takes a shot down at Byron. I'm going to give you a bit of cover actually from that Byron, because we've got a bit of stuff in the way. Bolt goes screaming across the room.
Bad.
And hits you.
You passed
It hit me. Excellent.
Sorry, I give him cover as well. Unfortunately, he just rolled high, and he strikes you with a crossbow bolt. Another bandit appears in the doorway. He's clutching a scimitar in his hand.
Uh-oh, we got trouble, guys.
And finally, this one here takes another shot with his light crossbow towards his own shot. And just slightly better than the fumble he did last time. He rolls a 2 this time. There you go.
Nice.
Okay, and you're up.
Alright. I'm going to have to give up my protection and run up here. Drawing my longsword, I'm going to take a lunging thrust at Bandit 6. Or not.
Did you roll your d4?
Nah, but I fumbled. I don't think it'll help.
Oh, you got blessed too?
Yeah. It affects up to three targets.
Alright. I dragged the bless onto all 3 of us then, so it should automatically add to it, I think.
Oh, cool. Oh, I need to, there we go. Kelsey.
Right. Seeing that there's a new threat, I am going to switch my target over to Bandit 1 and launch an arrow at him. Alright, and the bless is working. Cool.
Good shot.
Thank you. And I think I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Byron does a neat somersault as he moves up.
I can't figure out how to do that. I want to. So they're within 15 feet of me, both of them, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to breathe my cone of fire, which goes out up to 15 feet. That's going to be under actions, right? Dragon.
Uh-oh, you guys made Byron mad.
How do I use it, Keith?
Alright, first off, you need to target your enemies. So hold down control and
Okay.
click on both of them. Okay. Now underneath the breath weapon, I believe there is a save just double click that and it'll force them to make a savings throw.
What's sometimes handy, if you that I use sometimes, is right at the bottom left of your sheet on the actions tab. Is like, oh, that did it.
She just came down for skip.
Did they make their save?
They're making two. Okay, one failed, one saved.
And now I just rolled the damage.
Yep.
Well done. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Okay. So Bandit 1 goes down, basically. Or do you want to describe your breath weapon thing?
I just breathe fire from my mouth, stretching out. It would actually go past them. It's a 15-foot cone, incinerating them if they die. Just.
Excellent. Okay, screaming down to the ground, the bandit falls in flames.
I'll lick my lips. Lunchtime.
Okay, when you're done, if you click the...
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Okay, he looks a little shaken by this, but despite that, he moves up to try and hit you. It's a high blow with the scimitar, but too high, and you manage to duck, and it misses you. To do that at all. Okay, this bandit here, seeing as Unshul's closed in on him, he drops the crossbow, the clatter, and draws out his sword.
Alright.
Oh, and he catches you with it, just strikes you with it.
Ooh.
Not a solid blow though.
Alright.
And yet another bandit appears in the entrance way. He
Yep, I think we found the roach nest, brothers.
Yes, it does look that way.
he just basically runs up behind these boxes here, and you'll see him crouch down with his crossbow.
Get him, Zanshaw.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna try to return his attack. Oh boy.
9's a miss, unfortunately.
There it is.
Alright. And with that, I am going to target Bandit 7, who's trying to duck behind the boxes. Does that give him any cover or anything?
Bandit 7's got cover, yeah.
Alright, so let me add that. Ooh, I still hit.
Excellent. It pierces straight through the flimsy boxes and buries itself into him.
All right. I will try and bash him with hammer again.
Warhammer death. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I crack him hard.
You do crack him hard and he falls down next to his mate who's burnt cinder next to him.
All right, and am I still able to move forward?
Oh heck, I'm sorry. Yeah, of course you are. Sorry. I'm getting
All
all
right.
excited.
And so this guy's starting to collapse. I want to grab him and hold him out in front of me as I move forward.
Excellent. Okay, yes, as a sort of a shield.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you do that. Basically, as he's falling, you'll scoop him up with one arm and sort of advance with him as a shield in front of you. It'll give you cover. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, the bandit just manages to nick you again there, Zonshaw. Cheeky of him. This bandit here, he looks startled as you come charging towards him. He tries to let off a crossbow bolt at you. You have cover. Oh, and he misses. It misses you totally. Looks startled by his dead friend being presented towards him. Social.
Alright. I'm gonna kind of take a half step back, drop into a low crouch, bringing my shield around in front of me for a little protection, and swing out in an upward thrust, hoping to make contact with the bandit. Alright, looks like a 14 that time.
That's it.
9 points
9
of
points
damage.
on him. Is enough. It's plenty. You hit him with a solid blow before, and he goes down in front of you.
Nice.
Do you want to move or anything? Excellent.
Here we go.
Alright. Seeing my opportunity for a dynamic end to this fight, I will go ahead and drop my longbow and start running forward as I pull out my spear to chuck at Bandit 7. As I get about there, I'm going to launch the spear at him. He's got cover. Okay. Let's see. Ooh.
He's nearly down. You'll see him stagger back at that, and loads of wood will fly up from the boxes.
Alright, so he's really wounded?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna drop the body hammer, my shield, and I'm going to grapple him and bring him down to the ground.
Excellent.
Would that be normal attack, or would that be the strength, what is that skill called? The athletics check.
Good question. You're the first 5e grapple I've done.
Yeah, that would.
No, but the rule switch.
It would be a strength check versus the defender can choose whether to use strength or their dexterity against it. The attacker uses their strength.
Ah, it's just an imposed roll.
So I use my strength, not the no athletics.
I'm gonna double check that real quick. I think you can use athletics, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll allow it for now. I think you can.
Okay.
It's not going to make a great deal of difference, I don't think, to the overall. I'll see what he gets anyway. Try and dodge out the way. He's got a 12. Oh, and he rolled a 12, which means he on equals the defender. Defender wins, so to speak. Things stay as they are, basically. So he just manages to.
I have advantage, right, because of the bless? Isn't that correct?
Oh, it counts as an attack roll. Yes, you're right. You can roll another d4 and add that. Good point, yeah.
I'm trying to remember how to roll the d4. Oh, onto the thing.
Actually, to be fair, because you're tied, it doesn't matter what you what you get. Even a 1 would be enough. Okay, you managed to grapple him, and he's now got the grappled condition.
Excellent. So I want to... Well, I grapple and hold him on the ground so my friends could bind him.
That was natural go, is it? Okay, so he's sort of been grappled down. He's got him like an arm lock. Byron has the bandit says, "Okay, don't hurt me. I'll give in. And you hear a clatter as his scimitar hits the floor.
Excellent. It's on you, Sun Chow.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was on Keith for some reason. I'll run over there and begin to try to help in binding this guy.
Okay, the guy gives up. You manage to tie him and bind him.
Alright. I'll look to Byron and point to the door while I'm tightening my bindings.
Alright. I'll go over to the door and look in.
And I am going to go retrieve my longbow and spear.
Okay, you retrieve your items well enough. Byron, peeking into the back room, you see it's a huge room, which is a wooden part of wood. The bit you're in at the moment is stone. The back part is wood. There are lots of sort of broken and old vats which were used for tanning. To the back there you can see there's a large grill, and there's that horrible stinking muddy water all surrounding it. There's a lot of other debris in the room, and crates and bits of wood and the like. You can see that there are some bedding up near the northwest corner, where it looks like they've been sleeping.
Alright, I'm gonna, for confirmation that they're the Blood-Eye Gang. Because they had emblems, didn't they? On their clothing and stuff?
They did, yes, good point. They do all carry, they've got them hidden while they're in town. They look like they're hiding. They do all carry emblems of the Dead-Eye Gang, the skull with the one eye crossed out.
Alright. So I'm gonna I'll just start searching this room. I'll start with the top area, and I'm looking for papers and stuff, evidence of what their plans are.
I want to cut free some cloth from this guy's clothing and shove it in his mouth, kind of gag him.
Okay, you can do that. You'll cut some bit of his cloth off, bit of his cloak off, and stuff it into his mouth and gag him. He sort of gulps at you, wide-eyed. The searches, you could make me a either investigation or perception check. I don't mind which one to search around.
It's the same for either one, so.
Investigation's using your wits, so you try and work out. You sit there and you think, I wonder where they might well have hidden things, and you go and take a look around where the bedding is and the like. Oh right, oh yeah, another. Oh, that's good because that's taken over 15.
Excellent.
There's actually a lack of anything written here. You're not even sure you necessarily might be able to read these people, but so you don't find any written evidence of sorts, but you do find sort of evidence of their ill-gotten gains.
All right. Well, is there like a crate in here? Or a barrel?
Oh gosh, yeah, there's crates and barrels and all sorts around that you can use, yeah.
So, I'll collect a barrel of our evidence of their ill-gotten gains.
I'd like to go in there, Bill, and check out that grate in the center of that stagnant water. I'd like to see if it's fastened shut.
You go and have a look at it. It isn't fastened shut now. It looks like one of them, one of the panels is pulled off slightly ajar. It looks like it leads down into the sewer system.
Alright, I'll call Byron and point at the grate.
Alright, I'll head over there.
I'll call for Kelsiki as well.
Alright, I will grab a hold of Bandit 7 and kind of push him over there so I can go check out what's going on.
I'll point out the grate and say perhaps this is just the entrance to their hideout.
It could be. And I think we should interrogate our captive here real quick.
Good idea. Probably a good job for the Order of the Moon.
I would concur.
So, Byron, would you like to do the honors of interrogating our captive?
You don't want to try and persuade them before we do intimidation?
Yeah, I suppose that's probably a good idea. So, I'll just, well, Keith, are you holding him upright? Or is he still back in the other room?
No, I
brought him
carried
with
him
him.
over with us.
Okay. So I'll just approach and try asking him politely at first if he's willing to divulge some information with us. 19 on my persuasion if you want that roll.
You get the D4.
Doesn't work on
No, that's only skill checks. Attack rolls and saving throws.
Oh, alright.
Some information. Would it perhaps go in my defence? Maybe you could let me go if I give you some information that you require.
What do you think to that, brother? Should we risk letting him go?
I think we'll let him keep his hands if he gives us information. We won't hang him. He'll be in servitude for 5 years. What do you think?
Well done, brother. I think that's a fine idea.
Make payback for his crimes.
It does seem the votes have been cast, and no matter what mine would be, I would be outvoted if I denied that. So I'll look to him and say, what say you?
So the deal is that I keep my hands, but I am in servitude to you.
Yes, at the temple.
Persuasion was good as well, wasn't it? He'll blink and say, I didn't want for any of this. My family, they died of the plague in Fort Redwater, and I've just been trying to make ends meet. I didn't mean no harm for people. It was just only taken from the rich anyway.
Well, I think this would be a good opportunity. I think this would be a greater family and work at the church. In exchange, I'm sure that we'll provide lodging and food and whatnot for you and your family.
Very well. What information do you want to know?
Ask him who the noble is.
If I told you that, he'd certainly have everyone I know killed, and myself. I'd take my chances with losing my hands.
Well, if you were to tell us who he was, we could bring about charges and have him arrested, and also provide you and your family protection against him.
His head sinks down onto his chest, and he looks almost sort of tearful in a way that it's come to this. Very well. If you can guarantee me protection and my family, and also try to bring him to justice, I will tell you who the leader is. We were approached and worked for a noble, as you suspect. His name's Carson Woolfield. Originally from Dunholt, I believe. He's a cruel and callous man. He doesn't need the money. I think he does this for the excitement and the sick enjoyment he gets from terror, causing terror and fear in people.
Excellent. I make an insight roll to see if I can tell if he's telling the truth here.
You may.
I'm going to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Just check.
It's okay. You think he seems like he's on the level. You can see his eyes look teary. He looks like he's probably had quite a hard life, actually being a bandit. And he does look genuinely terrified of Carson.
All right.
Yes, Kelsiki, that's the name of the tannery.
All right. I'm going to tell him. You look like a man who wants to do right by his family. So tell me, where does this grate lead?
It leads down into the sewer system. we can get to Carson's house there, though he frowns on it. We sometimes use it just to get about town, so that we don't draw attention to ourselves here.
All right.
So where does he reside?
Carson has got a house in the more upper class district here. I can give you an address for it if you wanted.
You might even already know, aren't you, a noble?
I'm not, no. I grew up in Fort Redwater.
I meant Keys. A noble.
Oh, sorry.
A noble from the elves, though.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to continue to tell him, it appears to me that you have already placed your family in peril when you have chosen to join with Wolfenfield. It seems the best thing you can do to protect your family now is to lead us to where we can find him.
Very well. He doesn't sound very ask about that, but he will do it.
How long is the short rest?
It's about an hour, I believe.
Yep. Perhaps we should try and hire a young scribe or something to run a note to his family. Have him write out a note to his family, telling them to quickly leave and head out to our temple while we take care of this, so they don't come in harm's way.
I would appreciate that, Cecilia.
I'm cool with that.
Alright, so guess we can untie his bind so he can write that note, and then after that I can try and find a squire as we head up to Carson's place and give a scribe some coin to go deliver the message.
Is there paper here?
I never learned to read or write, sir.
Oh, well, I guess we can hire a scribe to deliver a voice message.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that won't cost much, a silver piece or something. You can...
Alright, so I'll deduct that.
In there's quite a lot of money. There's 50 gold pieces. I put it on the party sheet. 1,000 silver, 1,900 copper. There's a fur embroidered handkerchief, obviously stolen. A gold locket watch. A polished wood small bracelet, and a soapstone small bracelet.
Interesting.
So you can distribute that money if you wished.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, you get some exp there for unmasking who the leader of the Linmere Deadeye is, and for capturing the bandits too. And some good investigative work.
Excellent. So we do have a party we have to... How much time do we have before that?
Well, not long. It's taken you a while now. After you've been sort of going through town, you've been ambushed. You've ambushed. you captured a pickpocket. You went and did your banner thing. You've wandered around, got here, done some interrogating thing. I'd say you're probably only sort of an hour or so away from when the feast's supposed to begin.
Alright, so we need to have enough time to take our prisoner to the temple and make it back.
Probably not, because your temple's out of town, actually. Well, yeah, you perhaps could, but it'd be you'd have to go quickly.
Alright, so we'll do that. You guys want to do that?
Do you have horses?
No.
I'm willing to do whatever you guys feel is best.
I think being a little late to the party is not really that big of a deal, right? I mean, people show up during odd hours all the time. If it starts in an hour, most of them are going to be there like anywhere from an hour to whatever after.
Make an entrance.
Be fashionably late.
I mean, it's not our goal, but if we are, I think it'd be alright. What do you guys think?
Think about.
Keith, Kalsiki, they're just debating taking Aiden back to the temple as prisoner before the party, but it's going to be a close call. You might be a bit late if you do that.
I think it's for the better. Securing our prisoner and our future lead to the leader of these bandits seems more important than a feast to me.
I would have to concur with you, brother.
And I'm going to pray to our angels, and I'm going to thank them for glorious vengeance that we bestowed upon these villains, these thugs that were terrorizing the city. And I'm going to heal myself.
Brothers, since this guy is an aristocrat, perhaps he will be there at the festivities tonight as well. This Carson guy.
That's true.
This Carson.
Know what he looks like? Do we know who to look for?
They have a
Carson.
name.
Aiden will say he's a tall man with long, dark, straight black hair. He's got a long, drooping moustache, steely brown eyes.
Sounds pretty easy to find in a crowd.
Yeah. He wears a feather.
Yeah, that didn't work out very good, did it?
I'll also say a prayer of thanks to Zelan Friel for his aid in helping to bring this miscreant to justice, and lay hands upon myself, expelling a little power to heal my 4 points.
No, we didn't take a short rest. We don't have time.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to select myself, wasn't I, before I casted that spell?
No worries, I'll put that on for you. It's okay, there you go.
Seems like healing's my week, but that's where I roll low.
Well, you managed to take Aiden back to the temple. You'll send a message to his family to meet him there. Everyone Tasker will take him in, hear your story, and see that he's kept secure and safe, and will into the business of work at the temple. There's lots he can be doing, and he starts sweeping floors.
Excellent.
Nice.
And for this noble party, how are we supposed to dress? I look at the elven noble that we have.
Everyone will interject
you,
here and
Kelsey.
say, sorry.
Sorry. Is Keith not here?
Yeah, I
I'm
think so.
sorry. I'm here.
I asked you how we're supposed to dress for this party.
I have no idea how we're supposed to dress for the party.
Aren't you a noble? You go through these things all the time.
Yes, but I am a noble of the elven folk in the woods. It is quite different than the human culture is. I imagine you will probably need to dress in formal attire, as the clothes that you and Brother Sanshal there have probably will not be adequate.
I'm sure they knew me for what I was when they sent me an invitation. I'll wear my, I'll pull my priestly vestments out of my priest pack, and I'll dress in my vestments to the festivities. Give support to my order.
Everyone will say that Lord Chandran Taverner, who's the father of Christine, whose birthday it is, and he's holding the feast in her honour. He's the regent, the mayor of Linmere, and he's quite a powerful person. So far, we've made good diplomatic inroads with the Taverner family, and that will stand us in good stead for perhaps setting up a larger temple in Linmere and getting their support in future. So anything you could do to present the Trone in a good light would be most appreciated.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, I'll see if we have any spare robes here at the temple. We don't have robes.
Oh yes, we do have spare robes here if you wish to go grab the robes.
Yeah, I'll put them on over my armor.
And of course,
Black and gold robes.
cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely wear my chainmail beneath my vestments.
And I'll pull out my fine clothes for this celebration.
So, what kind of they just bring like daggers and stuff to this type of thing, right?
Yeah, sometimes they piece bind weapons as well. As I think in this case they'll probably be piece bound, which basically involves just tying a cord around the hilt and scabbard, so that it takes time to unsheath the sword.
What about a hammer?
Yeah, I suppose you could piece bind it somehow. You could sort of strap it tied to you.
Okay. But we wouldn't bring all our gear with us on to this kind of party, would we, guys?
would think I would probably leave my armor behind, as well as my longbow. Probably leave that, and the shield.
Yeah, you won't want to go.
Alright. I'll give it my armor and my shield. I'll look for a length of black and gold ribbon or something to bind my longsword.
They'll certainly be able to find that at the temple, that's fine.
Alright, and we'll head on over there.
Okay, the Taverner town hall. It's like a big townhouse in Linmere. They're the biggest and most impressive one. You're greeted by guards and servants at the gates, who have got a big long scroll there with guest names on, and they nod and tick off your names, and you're led through into a larger feast hall. Showing a picture of the feast hall. That shows it empty, but at the moment it's actually teeming. It's full of people. You're not late as such, but you're one of the last guests to arrive. There are lots of different noble people, merchants, heads of the guard, and other prominent people. A lot of the movers and shakers in Linmere are present at the moment.
Such a grand place.
It's warm inside, and the air's filled with the smell of pristine boar, which you recognise from your wounds on it earlier as the as the one that you slew.
Nice.
You aren't well known really here. You'll be shown to the servants to your seats. A few people look over and nod to you, but you feel a little out of sorts among these people. You don't really know anybody here. Oh, it's Kelsey. You may know a few people with a noble background.
Gotcha. I'll start trying to open up with some conversations with people. Just introducing myself and my brothers, Byron and Sunshal.
Okay, you'll speak to a man named Erok, who's sort of picky black hair. He's quite obese, quite tall as well. He's wearing expensive earth-coloured clothes. He'll shake your hands. He's sitting across from you. I'd heard you about your order becoming active. It is certainly going to be good for the town of Linmere to have you here among us.
Well, thank you. We are doing our best to help. Hunt down the evil and break up some of these crime lords that are operating within the city.
I'm not sure about crime lords. We've had the problems with the Deadeye gang recently. They robbed one of my caravans just the week last. A terrible state of affairs. I do hope we can capture them.
Yes.
The Triune is currently working on trying to bring the Deadeye gang to justice.
They are a concern. And what with this comet as well at the moment in the skies, as you people are people of the faith, do you know anything of it? What it might mean?
From what I have been told by the ancient spirits, It is the coming of magic and divine power within the lands again, and hence our rise to power again.
These are both exciting and perhaps dangerous times that we live in.
Yes, they are.
I presume you heard about the disturbance recently at the House Belalis, the funeral there of Zarmina.
No, I haven't. Please do tell.
It's only recently, last week. Apparently, they had a funeral for Zarmina Belalis, who's the mother of the merchant family. Well, they say merchant family. Everyone knows the big crime families, really. But the mother of the family was put to rest. Now, apparently, she asked for an old friend of hers from the south, from Tamaris, to come up and conduct the service for her. So it'd been delayed for a good while, the funeral. Anyway, during the actual ceremony itself, people are saying that she rose up and cast off her shroud and began attacking the congregation. It was most frightful. It took some ship captain or other to save the day.
Well, that sounds quite disturbing. We will have to look into this.
It's in Bartertown that happened.
Bartertown, huh?
But, it could be related to the comet and everything that you're saying about things waking up again, magic.
Yes, well, we will take a look at that. Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Still, we're lucky that it's the good ones that are waking up as well, and he'll smile at you and your order.
Yes, thank you. And I'm going to ask him. I have heard of another noble here in the town. Thought I would see if he was here and go say hi to him. You might know his name. Carson Woolfield?
Oh, Carson. Yes, he'll wheel round on his seat and he'll sort of nod, try not to be too obvious, across the hall towards a man who fits the description of Carson, a fairly young man with straight dark hair and a moustache. He's sitting next to a beautiful girl who looks very young, perhaps only about 17 or 18, with curly, flowing dark hair and piercing blue eyes. You'll see he looks like he's talking to her harshly at the moment, and he's moving bits of cutlery around in front of her, and she's looking very red-faced.
Okay, well, thank you. I thought he might be here. Hey, brothers. Byron and Shaw. Carson.
Awesome.
Was right over there.
So, how do we want to approach him, though? Do we want to talk to the mayor first? It's down. Or do we want to approach him first?
I would say let's enjoy the festivities and keep an eye on him. I don't think it would be in our best interest to cause a scene here for, I forgot her name, her birthday party. But perhaps towards the end we could grab him.
Alright, it sounds good.
The food is brought out, which is absolutely delightful. There's roast catfish, dried parsnip. There's partridge with pepper and sharp cheese. There's also a lot of boar and plenty of vegetables and the like. So that's going ahead. I'm going to give you all a short rest because you spend an hour eating in a very relaxing environment, a reasonably relaxing environment, and eating wonderful food. So that's going to count as a short rest, I think, if you wish to take one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sounds great.
Short rest. In between courses, Lady Kristin is wearing a resplendent light blue dress and has got a nice diamond necklace on. Her rings are filled with jewel. Fingers are filled with ringed jewels, and she comes over towards you. My friends, the Triune, I'm so glad you could make it. I didn't believe we are acquainted. She'll hold out her hand to you. I'm Lady Christina Taverner.
I'll bow and kiss her hand. Say well met, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'll kneel and I'll kiss her hand. And I ask her if she's been enjoying her festivities.
Oh yes, absolutely wonderful. And the servants told me that you brought the boar. She'll sweep her hand across the spit with the gorgeously roasting boar. I must thank you for your gift on my birthday. It is most appreciated.
It's not a problem. You're welcome.
Okay, she'll after that, unless there's anything else you want to say to her.
Drunko is just going to introduce himself as well. He'll bow and give her a kiss on the hand.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, so sure.
If there's anything we can ever assist you with, please let us know.
I'm going to ask her, you know that girl down there at the end of the table? I'm going to point out that girl that was turning red talking to the guy that's our suspect.
Yes, I do know her. It's a Claire Rain. I feel sorry for the girl. She's low born, but Carson took her as a lady in waiting. He tortures her so. She looks so out of place here, but there seems little I can do.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. I hope that we get the opportunity to work closely together and help each other in the future.
Yes.
With that, she glides off to speak to other people before the next course is delivered. Following the main course, she before the dessert is served, a tall man with greying hair who sits at the head table, who you'll recognise as being Lord Chandran Taverner, who's the leader in effect of Linmere. He stands and taps on a glass, and everyone hush falls over the crowd and everyone looks towards him. Oh, sorry, Kelsey. I just noticed that. In that interval, do you want to go and speak to the mayor?
I don't know. What say you, brothers? Should we go and speak with the mayor?
What do you want to talk to him about?
About our good friend Carson.
You want? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go with you over there.
Maybe try and set up where we can bring in Carson at the end of the party.
Yeah, maybe we could get an idea of how many people came with Carson as well.
Yes.
Great, so you make your way over to the head table. He's sitting on a large backed seat, wooden seat with sort of velvet cushions on, red colour, the colours of his house. He looks towards you. You must be the Triune. I'm glad that you could attend my daughter's celebration.
Greetings, good sir.
We are
May I
glad we
also-
could attend.
I bow and I say thank you for inviting us.
We have come to discuss a matter of some importance with you, Mary.
I see. Will it take long, or could it? I do not want to dampen the atmosphere here at my daughter's celebration.
Very well, but you should know that it has to do with the notorious Deadeye gang and their possible presence at your daughter's birthday party.
His face darkens. The presence here. Very well. He nods to his servants, who comes and pulls the chair from him as he stands. Please, if you'd like to step into the hall a moment with me.
All right, I'll step out there with Mary.
Okay, he takes you out to the side into the hall. There's a couple of guards who stand at a sort of tactically discreet distance away, but close enough to intervene should they need to. They're looking quite well armoured and carrying halberds.
I'll start by asking, what do you know of the Deadeye gang?
The Deadeye gang, I know they began life as outcasts from Bartertown. They've since grown in power and in influence, and have factions and members. Different gangs have sprouted off all around the Bay of Stars. The leader itself is something of an enigma. People are no longer even sure whether he actually exists. But everyone is keen to try and hunt him down. They've developed cells all over the place, and recently, in the past few months, one unfortunately has cropped up here in Linmere, and we do hope to rid ourselves of it.
Yes, well, we have recently happened upon one of their hideouts and found what could be some useful information pointing to one of the leaders of the gang eating at one of her tables as we speak.
Really? He frowns.
Let us ask you, how well do you know Carson?
Carson. No, I do know him well. His family originally come from Dunholt, up the way, as do mine. He's always been a headstrong and troubled lad, as we knew him. He has several business interests and in Dunholt. His family's quite powerful, the Woolfield family, but they've sent him here, I presume, to keep him out of trouble.
I see. Well, Sir Woolfield has been named by a member of the Deadeye gang we have recently taken into custody as leader of this notorious group.
I see. That wouldn't surprise me entirely. He certainly doesn't need the money to be part of a bandit gang. Are you sure of your information?
We can never be sure, but the man we have taken into custody seemed very worried for his family and his own life at the time. My brothers can be very persuasive sometimes, so I believe it to be true. We would like to question Carson. However, we would like to do so without disturbing your daughter's birthday party. Can you tell us, did anyone come here with him?
Yes, he's here with his lady friend. His poor, long-suffering lady friend Claire, and also his right-hand man Dugas. Is a childhood friend of his and a bodyguard of sorts.
Okay. Did Byron and Chelsea join me and the mayor?
Yep. Yep.
Any further questions or anything you'd like to point out to the mayor?
No, at this point it's just a matter of trying to work out the logistics of trying to, shall we say, arrest him without causing a big scene here at the party. Maybe have someone, another noble or someone, say they request to speak with him in a private chamber or something towards the end of the session, and have some guards stationed to apprehend him. Or we could wait until after the party, go change, and then try and catch up with him and arrest him then.
Chandran looks a little troubled at your words. The only evidence you have against Carson so far is the word of a bandit. Is this true? I do not doubt your sincerity, but the Wolfield family is extremely powerful, and really would need some solid evidence against Carson if we were to truly be able to bring him to justice.
I see. Yes, your words do strike true. We should try and find more evidence, although I'm not exactly sure how we could go about that. Alright, just keep in mind of the allegations, and we will work at trying to uncover more evidence.
If we could be excused from the mayor's daughter's birthday party, perhaps the best evidence can be found in Carson's manor.
True, although I have another idea which we may be able to capture him red-handed. Perhaps if you keep an eye on Carson during my speech, and we shall perhaps take it from there. We might be able to capture him red-handed, so to speak.
Okay, we'll do that.
I do believe I can picture Carson being involved in such a terrible thing, and so I do thank you all for bringing this information to me and making me aware that he might be involved with the Deadeye.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Don Charles, sweep into a low bow.
Now, if you excuse me, I must return to my daughter's feast.
Very well.
Well, we'll return to you.
Okay. Eventually, you'll be able to keep your eye on Carson. You'll see he does continue to berate the poor Claire sitting next to him. However, after a while, after the main course is finished, Lord Chandran will step up bang upon a goblet, and a hush will fall over the crowd, and everyone will look towards his table.
Are we like standing now, or are we still just all sitting?
You're all still sitting at the moment. He's just at the head table, which is sitting across from you all. And he stands up.
Okay.
You can see Carson across the room from where you are.
Is his friend still with him?
He is, yes, and his friend's sitting on one side and Claire's sitting on the other.
All right.
Alright, we'll just keep an eye on him.
Chandra says, "Thank you, my friends, for attending this feast on such a joyous occasion. It's always a great pleasure to celebrate another year that I've been blessed with such a wonderful and beautiful daughter, the Lady Christine Taverner. She's a bright light after the dark days that we have suffered. Her tireless work for the sick and the poor bring comfort and hope to the people of Dunholt, and she is loved by all. I'm sure that her mother looks down on her today with pride and admiration at the woman her young daughter has become. It is with great joy that I present her with the Star of Midnight, a symbol of her radiance in dark times." With that, he pulls out a necklace to the gasp of everybody in the crowd. It's a large blue gem which seems to sparkle of its own light. This thing is large, almost fist size, and he leans over and places it around her neck.
When I see that offer of a gift, I'm going to move up as close as I can to Carson.
What are you doing?
Okay. Yeah, you can move up round sort of behind him. There's plenty of servants and all sorts of people milling around, so that's quite easy to do.
Did we get to see his reaction?
You can make me. It's not sense motive, is it? It's
Insight?
insight. Yeah, sorry, getting my skulls mixed up.
Ooh,
Wow.
nice.
Wow.
Oh dear. Okay, well, you both roll natural 20s. Oh dear. Basically, he just comes up to you and gives you a plan of his diabolical plot with that. Okay, you'll see Chandran's eyes will look greedily towards the huge gem, the biggest gem probably anybody in the room, and him maybe has seen as it nestles around the neck of Lady Christine. You see him, he looks at it hungrily, and he almost does like a greedy look in his eyes that you see.
I am going to position myself and maneuver and kind of station myself close to Lady Christine Taverner in case something goes down with him. I'll be over near her.
Okay. Chandran, Lord Taverner, looks across towards you as he says this, and he says, "My lady, Christina, will be heading off back tomorrow now to Dunholt. She'll be travelling there with her usual escort back to see the theatre season in Dunholt at the moment to enjoy some sort of a holiday, a respite from Linmere, which is my second gift to her."
And that
With
will
that-
probably be where he will ambush her.
Yeah.
you'll see Chandran will look over towards her where Carson is, and their eyes will lock briefly.
Interesting.
It looks like Lord Chandran's trying to make his own sort of insight into what Carson might be thinking.
Alright.
After this, the evils will be, unless there's anything else you want to do.
Clap
Yeah, do some
after
clapping.
his speech.
Okay, the tables are moved to one side, and some bards come out and start playing music, and there's some sort of dancing and general merriment takes hold. Chandran will come over to where you are during this.
Yeah. Hello there again, Lord Chandran.
My friends, I looked into his eyes, and I saw greed and treachery within them. I fear that you may be right. I suspect he may well try to ambush my daughter tomorrow. After I mentioned that she was to head off there, I suggest a ruse. But I'm concerned about my daughter's well-being. Would you be able to assist me?
Oh yes, of course.
We'd be
We
more than
have to try and do our best. Sorry about that, Kelsey.
It's okay.
Perhaps you would like to take a place in the carriage tomorrow, unless you have a better scheme you can think of.
Actually, that sounds like a great idea.
Indeed.
I mean, alternatively, you could still try and investigate his home if you wished.
I'm thinking this will be better because we could catch him red-handed. Whereas if we go to his house, I think it could cause more issues with the nobles and whatnot if we just went bursting into their homes and started looking about.
Plus, if we didn't find anything, then he'd know that we're on to him, and he wouldn't do it tomorrow.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
So yeah, well, we could help guard your daughter.
Excellent. I could arrange for lodging here at this mansion this evening, if you like, and you could perhaps take a place in the carriage tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be great. We will have to leave in the meantime and gather our belongings, but we shall return and take up this cause.
Before the night's out, you'll see that Austin will be. He looks a bit drunk now. His head's sort of swaying slightly on his shoulders, and he'll amble up towards the three of you, where the three of you are standing.
Good evening, sir.
You must be the new lackeys about town, the ones about some forgotten god or something.
We are of the new tribune. The angels have sent us on a mission to drive out the evil upon the lands.
For angels, angels indeed. Where were they when the skies went dark? They don't help us, the angels. They're just made up by fools.
Maybe the Triune felt at the time that those going through so much trouble were unworthy and needed to grow used to a harder life.
The only thing that brings a good life, he'll tap his rapier at his side, as say as gold steel.
Well, it sounds like you haven't had such a pleasant time from your demeanor.
I'm from one of the most powerful families in the whole of the Bay of Stars. My family could crush anyone before them. Far more powerful than any religious cult or fanatics.
I say, well, sounds like angels have blessed your family.
Hard toil, that's what it was, hard toil. He'll sort of stagger and begin to sort of wander off unless there's anything else you want to ask them about.
I'll approach that girl that's with him and ask her for a dance.
Okay. You go up to Claire. She'll look up at you and she said, "Oh, I'd love to, sir, but Carson he wouldn't like it."
Okay, I'll leave her be then.
I'm sorry, I dare not disobey him. She looks longingly at you as you wander off, more like in a sort of a help kind of way than anything else.
Maybe we should ask her if she wants to go to our cathedral.
I would think we could probably help her after we see Carson.
Yeah, it's best not to give him anything to be wary of.
Alright.
Best to play dumb until we run our roost.
Yep.
Reluctantly, then you leave her to it, and you'll see him sit down next to her and have his hands all over her. You can see her looking all creeped out by it. And the night will eventually wear to an end, and people will start to filter off. You'll be shown to a room each, which is a lovely plush room with a four-poster bed in each one and its own fire, and you'll be assigned a servant each to attend to you. Each room has a big tub in it with a bath up one corner, and is very well furnished.
Well, since we are on business, I think one of us should stand guard anyway around the hallway of the lady that has the necklace. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that might be a wise idea.
Alright, so we'll set up if she doesn't already have a guard outside her door, we'll go ahead and do that.
Excellent, Byron. I'll give you some inspiration for that.
Even if she has a guard, we should bolster it anyway.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yep.
And I guess that watch order looked good to me, if it's good to you guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, you. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just agreeing. Sorry, Ben.
No, it's alright. I get told sometimes when you're on TeamSpeak because sometimes I feel like I'm talking over people, and you kind of get it more on TeamSpeak than you do on like tabletop. So I'm more than happy people cut in because I talk too much sometimes. So, so just cut in if you want to say anything. Stop me, like if you need to. If you want to do something.
I think I'm having a little lag too.
Yeah, there is a bit of lag on my mic as well, actually. There's like a few second delay, which makes it sound like I'm talking over you, and I'm not. She set up watches overnight, and nothing does happen, but it was a really good idea, Byron, because it could well have done. You maintain vigilance all night, despite the plush and apparently safe surroundings. And you ensure that nothing bad comes of Lady Christine.
Alright, so before she departs, we should probably get our gear. What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, we need our gear. Yeah, well, I thought we were going to get it before we went over there.
That's fine, you'll have plenty of time to get yourselves organised.
Alright, so we'll go get our gear because I missed my gear.
Yeah. I'll leave my vestments behind. Grab my chainmail and shield.
It's a beautiful sunny summery morning, and you managed to collect all your gear. When you return, the royal noble carriage of the House Taverner is waiting out the front, and it's got two white horses on, and the usual guard who rides shotgun on the carriage.
Alright, so we want to be a surprise, so you guys think we should be inside?
Yep. Inside.
I think we should see if we could add their two horses to the I don't even know what it's called for the carriage. So there's 4 instead of 2.
But if we add more, it might be conspicuous and they might know something's up.
Yes, but what if we end up having to chase them down? Then we'll need horses.
We could arrange for another couple of horses to be added to the carriage train. That wouldn't be a problem.
Alright, then let's do that.
The carriages are resplendently decked out in white and red. Probably the nicest ride you'll have had in a while. Very comfy inside. It has got little curtains on the side to cover the windows.
Alright, so
Definitely pull those
which side do
curtains
you guys
shut.
want?
I was going to say, I've got this image there, you know, Firefly with his Captain Mal and his bonnet, dressing up as a woman. I saw it's an amusing vision then if you lot trying to dress up as Lady Christine.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
I think
My reddish give it away. My horns and scales.
I think drawing the curtains would probably be sufficient. You'll be pleased to know.
So on the inside of the carriage, we should have Zun sit next to her, because he has that protection skill, right?
Yes, I do.
Then I guess we'll sit across from her, Kelsiki and I.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll kind of lay my sword in my lap with the blade pointed against the wall. I don't want to accidentally stab the mayor's daughter. And I'll lay my shield on top of my my sword, ready to defend if I need to.
Okay, great. So if you're all ready to set off.
Yes, sir. Where's Byron at? And Kelsiki.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you get inside and draw the curtains, and you'll begin on the way to Dunholt, following the coast road and the carriage.
All right. Well, we'll just talk to her about how everything's going.
She'll be both scared and excited about what's happening. Actually, I'm gonna go back on that side. I think no, I'm going to go with it. Basically, I was wondering whether her father would have actually told her, but he is going to tell her, and she says she hopes it's not true, but he can be a cruel and callous person, Carson. So he could well be behind it, and she's very thankful that you've come to protect her.
I tell her if it's true, his lady friend will need assistance after this.
I'm sure I feel terrible for her. Her life must be hell living with him.
Alright, I'll just lean back and meditate, waiting for the ambush to happen.
Hey, Bill, is there a window or something so the drivers can hear? Are the drivers aware?
The drivers will be aware, yes. There's not really a window, but they can knock on the top of the carriage if they need to.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to the boards behind the drivers and tap a little and tell them to try to act surprised if they run into trouble, not to draw any attention to the fact that we're here. And I'm going to tell the lady the same thing, that if a situation should happen that would normally cause her to scream or act out, then do so. Don't allow us to make her brave so we can retain a surprise.
I will try to remain